Hello, my name is Michael Bernot. I am the Director of Advancement at the Westside Catholic Center here in our beautiful Resource Center day shelter room. The Westside Catholic Center is a full-service social services agency located in the Ohio City neighborhood of Cleveland on the near west side, a couple blocks up from the West Side Market near St. Ignatius High School. We've been in existence since 1977 when a group of area priests and nuns came together and saw a need for the ministry in the city. At that point in time, the Ohio City neighborhood had a very high incidence of homelessness and low-income individuals, and the need was seen there. So this group of priests and nuns approached St. Ignatius High School and were gifted the use of a storefront on Lorraine Avenue, where they started simply by making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and handing them out to clients who came to them in need. From there, relationships were developed. The Sisters of St. Joseph helped immensely in cultivating these relationships with the people who came to us and started to assess larger needs for them, things such as clothing and hygiene items. So going back to their resident parishes, they began soliciting their constituent bases and their communities to help gather these supplies to hand out. A kind parishioner of ours from St. Wenceslas owned the building that we're currently in at 3135 Lorraine Avenue, which was a bar and bowling alley at the time, and was able to sell it to us in 1978. So we have been in this location since then. The building we're in is referred to as the Resource Center. We have this beautiful mural that was painted by local artists to represent our values of culture and diversity and equity and inclusion here at the center. And this building alone serves about 7,800 unique individuals on an annual basis through 50 services that address people's basic needs and range from 2 meals that we serve daily, breakfast and lunch, a hot lunch on weekdays, and a hot breakfast and dinner on Saturdays. We also have a clothing and household item distribution program, which is one of our more commonly used ones and the one that has the highest incidence of people who use that program exclusively. We also do food pantry distributions at least 1 weekend a month, sometimes 2 when we are not in the COVID era, and other things ranging from allowing people to use us as their mailing address and having mailboxes for them, to a shower program, to expressive arts programming. Those are just a few of the 50 that we do to holistically address our clients and help serve the needs that we identify in them. We have social workers on staff who help develop plans and refer them to services that are best for them. And if there's something that we don't do or aren't able to provide, we have a network of care with other providers and nonprofit agencies in the area and relationships to help these people get to where they need. So this building is really at the heart and soul of what people know us for at the Westside Catholic Center, but we are so much more. Our second floor was our original shelter space because when we moved in here and folks were sleeping on the sidewalks, the Sisters of St. Joseph would simply invite them in. So a lot of our administrative offices upstairs were once people's bedrooms. In 2000, we did our first capital campaign as our agency was growing and bought the adjacent building across the street on 32nd in Lorraine, which we now call our Mariah House Family Shelter. It is a 34-bed facility. We are one of only 3 family shelters in Cuyahoga County's continuum of care at this time, which means that we accept combinations of people, men, women, and children, men and children. So basically any iteration that's not just single males at this point in time. Additionally, 6 of our beds are exclusively designated to female military veterans who come to us on a VA grant and stay with us for up to 2 years. Residents in our shelter are given 3 meals a day. A lot of our folks work or drive or have to go to work, so we have a parking lot out back. We have some family programming to help with the children. We work with them to make sure that they are able to have transportation to and from school and other wraparound services to fulfill their needs. But we are a transitional housing shelter where we are working with housing navigators and our residents to try and move them into more permanent housing solutions. And we do a pretty good job there and use positive housing outcomes or longer term solutions as a metric of ours, and our success rate's over 80% on an annual basis with that. We serve about nearly 300 people a year through the Mariah House exclusively. Beyond that, about 13, 15 years ago, We merged with another agency called Family Transitional Housing, which became our Zacchaeus Housing Solutions program. Zacchaeus Housing Solutions is also in Cuyahoga County's continuum of care, but it is a rapid rehousing program to provide longer-term housing solutions for people. And we do so by putting people under our umbrella for about 12 months and help them with subsidized rent and intensive case management and assessments throughout their 12 months with us on multiple factors to try and move them to a place of self-sufficiency where at the end of their 12 months under our subsidy and care, they're able to maintain that residence independently. But we also still provide wraparound services through an additional program called Family Engagement to ensure that those families stay connected to us, that we are here to help fulfill any needs that might arise, and to ensure that there is no stepping backward on their path forward. So in that program, we can have up to 52 families at any given point in time in scattered site housing around the Cuyahoga County area, most of them in apartments, some of them in CMHA housing. Also families in that program as well who take the benefits of meeting with their case managers at least monthly, and even during COVID still have connections with them to make sure that they're being assessed and helping to find the stability that they need in life. So beyond that, about 8 years ago, we saw, as part of that Zacchaeus Housing Solutions program, that there were not a lot of job readiness or workforce development training programs that tailored to the needs of our clients. So we began our own. And there are a lot of great organizations in the Cleveland area who are very focused on workforce development and do a wonderful job of it. We just noticed that a lot of the people that we need to serve are a higher hanging fruit and have a lot more barriers to overcome than some of these programs are ready to address. So our workforce development program is broken into 8-week segments called the Workforce Development Certificate Program, where we are teaching soft skills, helping with interview practice. We are getting people job ready, doing a lot of one-on-one attention to their needs, and helping them in their job search and finding them placements that will be a suitable one for them so that they can maintain that employment and hopefully grow from there. That is another building adjacent to our Mariah House shelter as well. So we now own 4 buildings down Lorraine, and the last one's very exciting as well, and I'll get to that, but with workforce, there's a direct tie into that last building, which is Ohio City Pizzeria, which we purchased in 2018 and reopened under our umbrella as the Westside Catholic Center in July of 2019. We use that as a social enterprise to not only provide a full Italian menu and another restaurant option in the Ohio City neighborhood, but also offer second chance employment opportunities to clients that come out of our workforce development program, as well as graduates of the Edwin's Culinary and Leadership Institute, which focuses on serving formerly incarcerated individuals. So we bring these folks in, give them employment, a little bit more attention on the job training, in the hopes that they will either leave us for a better job or will remain employed with us and receive stable wages. So in the first year of having Ohio City Pizzeria under our umbrella, we paid out over $186,000 in wages alone. So we're very proud of that, and we're very proud to have that under our umbrella of care as well. Going back to workforce development, so that tie-in is very palpable and tangible there between Ohio City Pizzeria and workforce. But amongst that too, there's a 5th program called our Family Engagement Programming, which was born out of family services that were in our shelter, but became such a large part of our community and the people we serve here. We've broken it out into its own program this year alone. They have some wonderful, wonderful services that they provide, and they kind of touch all of these other programs I've already mentioned before and discussed, but in addition run some of their own services, such as our Family Food and Fun Summer Program, which is amongst one of our favorites here, where over the 10 weeks of summer, where families who are heavily reliant on the free and reduced lunch program need a little bit of help during the summer. So every Friday, these families that sign up, this past year we serve 60 every week, come in, are given a meal to be a hot meal served by us volunteers who sponsor that week's program, And every child is given a take-home food bag with 2 to 3 days worth of food staples, so about 6 meals worth of food or so, and each family receives a family food bag to additionally supplement those. So that goes on for 10 weeks. Now, in this age of COVID, we've clearly had to pivot some of our programming. All of our meals are served to go. We've reduced our gathering spaces significantly, and we've also extended that family program for an additional 9 weeks, finding out that Cleveland Metropolitan School District would be virtual for the first quarter. So a lot of what we do here at the Westside Catholic Center has grown organically to address the needs of the people that come to us that we serve. We are very, very grassroots in our approach to how we adapt our programming. Most importantly, we listen to the needs of the people who come to us to get the best sense of what's important to them, where there might be gaps in service, where there might be lagging services in general for them, and how we might be able to fit into those gaps. So a lot of what we do here at the Westside Catholic Center is due to the help and support of people like yourself who might volunteer, who might give their goods, time, talent, treasures to us. We do, as I like to say, exist by the will of the people. We are completely independent in our operations. We are not governed by any body except for a volunteer board of directors. We have no affiliation to the Diocese of Cleveland or Catholic Charities. So we truly stand alone because of the support of the community around us. And we're very grateful for the over 4,000 people a year who help us serve over 8,000 unique individuals a year. So I hope that you would like to learn more. Our website is www.wsccenter.org. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, both Ohio City Pizzeria and the Westside Catholic Center. We hope that post-COVID, you'll be able to come down and see this place for yourself. Thank you very much.